Oh, there you are.
Howdy, Rufus.
You wouldn't believe who I met in the city.
My granddad. I know. He didn't recognize me.
No wonder. To him, you're not even born yet.
I guess I never will be. Even the slightest interventions change the timeline. In all probability, we prevented the birth of my father already.
Hogwash. I've seen everything possible and impossible in the last while, but nothing even remotely resembling a timeline. The whole thing is more like a fuzzy, knotted time skein than anything else.
It's okay, Rufus. I'm doing just fine. Isn't it incredibly interesting here?
Yeah, very picturesque. But we have to get a move on. Don't you remember? Where's Gold?
In the farmhouse, but there's no reason to hurry. Here in interim time.
The clocks run differently, I already know. Still, no reason to take our foot off the gas. One of these portals must lead to Kuvak. We used it earlier ourselves.
Yeah, it's that one there.
That one? I actually expected a few mind-bending puzzles first, but so much the better. Wait here. I'll go get Gold, and then we can go get our future back. The country air seems to be good for him. His cheeks have gone all rosy. I'll get Gold, and you do McChronicle stuff.
Brace yourself for a surprise in there.
Whoa, Butterfingers at work. Now I just have to pick up Gold, and then that time loop cranking so-and-so is gonna have an out-of-body experience. Hey, Gold, no time for coffee, time to move. Wait a second. Am I counting right? Your goal? I mean, your goal too.
And you are almost as perceptive as when I left you, Rufus. Savior of the world, suicidal time traveler.
You forgot butt model. But how can that be? What are you doing here? Which goal are you?
She's the goal that you rescued from the future.
Yeah, and in return, she left me and Mac on Elysium, stole the time machine, and whoosh! That was the thanks we got.
I've not got such a talent for dramatic endings as you.
And you didn't get far either.
Yes. Perhaps I was a bit too quick off the mark there. When I arrived in interim time, there was no future anymore. The tunnel had simply come to an end, and the autopilot was steering me directly at it. I had to crash land, and was stranded. For us, only a few hours have passed. For her, it's been a lifetime.
Why didn't you use one of the portals?
The portals only opened much later. At first, they were all out of reach. Then the Deponians started to throw their trash into interim time. The time travelers also started arriving from all sorts of pasts. Most were stranded here like me. We built Paradox City from the trash. We tried to reach the portals, but none of them led to the right time. Then, when the first children were born, we realized that we had built ourselves a new home.
But now I'm here. So come on, What was that? An earthquake?
We've only had one of those once before. The time when the portals opened.
Yeah, never a dull moment around here. Don't run off. I'm gonna go have a look. Oh, come on. Where's the portal to Kuvak? And the others? All gone.
I think I have an explanation. When the tachyons poured into the open portal unchecked just now in the lab, we didn't only open the one portal, but also all the surrounding ones too. Portals leading to completely different places and times. As time passes much faster in here, they were open for years. A whole city was built whilst you fetched gold from the university. Shortly after you stepped through the portal, the anomaly closed behind you. In the lab, this was a blink of the eye. Here, countless minutes.
You mean this city only exists because we opened the portal earlier?
Really makes you think, eh?
Yeah, like for example, how do we get out of here now that the portals are closed?
I was thinking more of the moral implications. Well, what will happen to the people here if we restore the old timeline? Are we even allowed to do that?
I can't see any signs.
I noticed that too. You should get it looked at.
Your granddad won't let me through to the time pod.
Sounds like him. I was never allowed to borrow his car either.
Any ideas on how to distract him?
With a good book, perhaps?
A book? We want to break into his workshop, not celebrate his birthday.
Which probably eliminates the necktie option, too.
Amazingly, there was still a bit of antidote left. Uh-huh.
You girls having a good talk?
I'm just telling Goal about your stamp cannon.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't have used so much cheese. Goal's hair may have lost its color, but it still smells like marshmallow candies. You've become a sculptor?
I had a lot of time on my hands.
That excuses some things, but not everything. What is this supposed to represent?
That is the unfinished point.
Oh, it's supposed to look unfinished. And here I thought it just wasn't finished.
Oh, I'd better have another go at that then.
Can I take that?
No, it's not finished yet.
I can finish it.
And just how are you going to finish it?
I can finish anything.
You're going to finish me off one of these days. Are you finished yet? Yes.
No,
Oh, we'll just take it then.
I will.
On your marks, go.
And finished.
Okay, what just happened here?
What's that doing here?
I was going to use that for my last beat of the drum sculpture. I've been waiting for weeks for the battery to run out, but it just keeps going and going and going.
She held up well. The portals have closed.
I'm sure you'll think of something.
I already thought of something.
No, you are not going to get a jetpack.
Aw, man. The portals have closed. I have to try to open them again. Are you coming along?
Can't it wait? I'm having a conversation right now.
Of course. You can just sit here all day long talking to yourself.
You do that all the time, too.
Actually, he's the one who talks all the time. I just listen. She's totally confused. I probably would be, too. Are you telling her about our adventures?
Your reappearance has brought back a lot of memories. I'd almost forgotten how awesome we were back then. Awesome! Totally awful would probably be more accurate.
Full of awe. I like that.
In a nutshell.
Are you telling her about...
I'd almost...
And? Can we get going?
Not now, Rufus. I'm just hearing about the most incredible stuff.
It's true. All of it. The dark side. The Yeti. It's all true.
They can drill to their heart's content there. It's obvious that he doesn't have a clue about the future. Otherwise, he would definitely wear something else. Yoo-hoo! I have a question.
Keep it short, I've got work to do. We're about to make the breakthrough into the future. I can already smell it.
Sorry, it's the excitement. What exactly are you doing here?
We suspect there may be a so-called future in sediment beneath the city. That's why we started to hollow out its foundations.
Aren't you worried that that could make the city somehow, I don't know, slide maybe?
The chances always offset the risks. The unimaginative rednecks up there have no idea what a rough diamond they have right under their feet. They see no further than the base that guarantees their apartment stay standing. I see street cafes, Martin, office spaces, and affordable lofts for fashionable high-income earners.
Such as architects working for the Portal Building Authorities, for example?
Exactly.
Any progress?
How could there possibly be any when I keep getting interrupted by such trivialities?
I thought progress couldn't be stopped.
Nah.
I still don't understand exactly what that hole there is supposed to have to do with the future.
But it's so very simple. We want to attract a solvent clientele. Time travelers who are literally not born yesterday. A portal to the future who would put a paradox city back on the map. The saying goes, continuous growth through development in interim time. And we're creating the attractions for that.
Ugh, you spit when you talk. I have to get to Kuvak one day before the end of time.
Wait, Kuvak. Unlucky and unluckiness. We do have a portal to Kuvak, but that's on the old Hermit's land, so it's not connected to the time travel superhighway yet. We've been fighting for that right of way for ages.
That isn't the problem. The problem is that the portals have closed back up again.
No, it's not a problem, it's an opportunity. It's proof once more of how important the connection between Paradox City and the future is. I can already see the campaign. The only way back leads forwards. Or better still, back through the future.
But that's all just drivel. The reason for the lack of a future lies in the past.
Utter hogwash. Today was yesterday, the future belongs to those who have the courage to look forward.
Oh, you have no idea. I'll let you get on with your work.
Finally! I was afraid I'd miss out on the future all because of you.
It's true what they say. You can't make an egg without breaking an omelet. What are you reading?
Hey, this is the future issue of Hats.
What else? And are helmets making a comeback?
Oh, sadly not. In the future, all manual work will be performed by machines.
That would be great. Then no one would have to work.
Why do you think I work so hard? Certainly not for the money. This job is so badly paid that I need a second one to make ends meet.
And what's your second job?
I write fake reviews for an ad finance rating portal that compares free comparison sites for buying building machinery.
Huh. If only we finally had machines that could relieve us of all these important tasks. The world isn't ready for this art yet, but I'm sure they'll appreciate it in the future. Ow. It is finished, sort of. They seem to have a serious fuel lock problem here, but it's still too early for any conjectures about guilt. I created them from a rib, and now I need the rib back. I think he takes the whole thing a bit too seriously. He could use a change of perspective. What are those trash cans for?
That's where we keep the seeds so they don't go bad, and so the wombats can't get at them. Those critters are getting worse by the day, almost as bad as the fulocks. I catch them meddling with the bins all the time. That's why I always keep my eyes on both sides. My wife says I've started to squint. It's a good job it's so quiet on the fulock front. We're not equipped for a war on two fronts.
What are those trash cans for?
Hey, keep your hands off. That's where we keep the seed, and so the wombats can't get. Those critters are getting worse by almost as I catch them. That's why I always. My wife said, we're not equipped.
Hey there!
Do not distract me. I've got to stay alert. Or do you have some kind of death wish that involves being ripped to shreds by a pack of fulocks?
You have a fuelock problem here?
What does it look like to you, huh?
Hysterical overreaction? Don't you think you're taking this thing a little too seriously? After all, the portals are closed, and no sign of any fuelocks.
Just because you can't see any fuelocks doesn't mean they can't see you.
Hey there!
I said, don't distract me. I've taken an oath.
So? I've sworn so many oaths that the court had to invent a special term to distinguish my oath from the oaths of others.
Was it the oath's oath?
No, my oath. Oath. I see all the prerequisites for an entrancing love story. I just think the female lead should be recast.
We're out of fuelock soup. We've got toast and milk. And I'm also available on the cheap. My name's Rita. Are you single?
No. Yes. It's complicated.
Don't waste my time. I'm almost 40 and I'm a waitress in the city with no future. Do you really think I'm interested in listening to you moaning on?
Well, you asked. I just wanted to...
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Do you hear that? That's my biological clock. Order something, propose to me, or move over for the next in line.
Busy here. Anything free today?
Yeah, a tip for your girlfriend. As long as she hasn't got a ring on her finger, she shouldn't let her man walk around the city on his own.
No, I meant the food.
Why didn't you say so? We're out of fuelock soup. We've got toast and milk. Any other questions?
One order of, toast and milk, please.
Got any money?
Nope.
Then your girlfriend must be blind.
The portals are closed.
Ah!
Thought so. Classic case of last-minute panic. Do you have a time machine?
Do you think I'd look like this if I had one? Time machines have become quite rare. Maverick has an instant change, but he'd rather run over his grandfather than take someone else on board. And then there's Vince, but he can only offer deterministic time travel. Firstly, that's boring, and secondly, Vince smells of prunes. Otherwise, I only know of the old time pod in Rocco's garage. No idea if that still works. So, if you need passage, just forget it. We're all stranded here. The best thing you can do is get married as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I think I'll pass.
I hear that quite often. I really should unsubscribe from that dating platform.
Peanuts. Tasty.
What? You've eaten Mikey!
What? But, oh no, I thought you were Peanuts.
Don't worry. Mikey was an ass anyway.
And we are peanuts.
Sapient peanuts from another time. Delicious and clever.
What do you know? Can I maybe take you along anyway? The way things are going here, I'll probably have to make you into peanut butter.
No. To be honest with you, we wouldn't like that.
Let him speak. Maybe he's got a good reason.
A good reason to turn us into peanut butter? Oh, yeah, true. He hasn't given us one yet. Yeah, why does he want to do that?
Since when do I need a reason? That usually pops up later.
Can you believe such arrogance?
Oh, look at me. I'm a biped. I don't need any reasons to eat peanuts.
We want to hear the reason.
Okay. On principle.
Ha! On principle, he says. That's pathetic. Ugh.
Wrong answer, matey.
Well, then maybe. As travel provisions.
Now you're really getting my goat. First Mikey, and now this.
You greedy gannet.
What I meant was... for love.
Wow, now that's what I call a proper answer. Oh, we'd be happy to sacrifice ourselves for love.
Yippee! Me first.
But one more question. How exactly does it help love if we're made into peanut butter? Oh, yeah.
I'd like to know that too.
Let him speak.
I want to win back Goal's affection.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I don't know.
I'm not convinced either. But this is gold we're talking about. Yeah, but who's Gold? I mean, do we even know her?
I certainly don't know her.
Oh, true. So how do we know if you're a good match?
Goal is also more of a long-term goal.
Huh? Well, how do you mean?
Oh, it's so cryptic.
You're right. Just forget I said anything.
No probs, matey. No offense.
Come back again once you've thought of a valid reason, you pillock.
He shouldn't be time-traveling anymore at his age.
Nonsense, my boy. True, the cataracts hinder three-dimensional sight, but we travel in 4 dimensions.
He shouldn't be time-traveling anymore at his age.
Nonsense, my boy. True, but we travel in...
Do you own one of the time machines out there?
But of course, my young friend. I call it the retardis.
Why is everyone laughing?
Because they have no idea. The retardis is a jewel in the crown of time travel technology.
He said jewel.
Mr. Vincent is neglecting to tell you that his antediluvian vehicle cannot undertake genuine time travel, only deterministic time travel.
You can't change the past with it. You're stuck there until you've recreated the condition of the timeline at the point of departure.
Huh?
Don't listen to them. A trip in the retardis is always worth it. If you like, I can take you on a little spin. All I need is a portal map with precise space-time coordinates on it. Just ask the lads at the portal building authorities.
So, you could give me a ride?
Anytime. All I need is a portal map with precise space-time coordinates on it.
But I can't change anything?
Unfortunately not.
Could I take something from then?
Only if it doesn't change the course of events.
What a slime ball. What a wuss. Is that your ride out there?
Why? Have I blocked you in?
No, don't worry.
Shame. So why are you asking?
Well, you left the lights on. If you give me the key, then...
Nice try. Not only does the instant change coupe make time travel possible without that bothersome time branching, it also has the automatically adjusting headlights since the 5 series.
That's a nice device. No two ways about it.
Every time traveler's dream. For a long time, I thought I'd never be able to afford more than the 2 series, the so-called butter churn, but I was ambitious. I wanted the 5 series more than anything else. I've slogged and slaved, shed blood, sweat, and tears, scrimped and saved again. And now that I've got there, the only thing that still gives me any joy is pushing around other people who don't slave away as hard as I did back then. For example, my former self, that lazy slacker. He should have served me a bowl of delicious Fulok soup ages ago. But do you see any delicious Fulok soup around here, huh? I don't. If he doesn't start moving my ass soon, I could be due a real ass chewing.
Are you sure you didn't leave the lights on? Maybe it's an electronic defect. If you give me the key, then...
Forget it. Forget it. The 5 series doesn't have any electronic defects. There may have been some in the 2 series. The old butter churn was even missing a cylinder as standard. Speaking of missing something... Where's my good-for-nothing past self with that Fulok soup? I haven't worked all my life to have to wait for my soup!
Boo!
Ah! Oh no! The Fulok soup! I'm gonna get fired for sure. My whole future depends on this job.
I thought there was no future here.
There is for me. My future self is sitting over there in the corner. He says that if I don't try a lot harder, I'll never be as successful as, well, me. He said I've got to save, work hard, and sign up to a pension plan. Otherwise, I'll never drive a sleek Instant Change 5. And then, well, it would all be for nothing.
Why don't you just make a new soup?
I can't. We've run out of Fulok ribs. Oh, man. What a disaster. My future is ruined.
No, it's taking up a lot of space in the seating area.
His soup. He'll get me fired. It's all so unfair. I should be the one complaining about waiters and having people fired. But if I don't get my hands on some new Fulock ribs soon, I'll never be as rich as me.